Here we have the newest invention from the company, Dreametech. So this is the Dreametech W10. It's going to be available in the market very soon. You can get it on pre-order right now, link down below in the description from Amazon. Dreametech's really been coming out with some innovative designs. Some of them are really interesting and really, in my opinion, are changing the way that these robot vacuums work in your home. I really do enjoy the Narwal and the fact that I don't have to clean those mopping pads. It will clean it for me and it will also dry it. Now this guy will too, and it will do one more thing, which is it will allow you to vacuum at the same time. You see, it has a true standard roller brush under this W10 along with mopping pads. So you can do both at the same time or back to back without having to change attachments. This also has proper carpet avoidance system in it, and we'll be testing that out along with all the other features and functionality. It also dries the mopping pad too as added bonus. So how does this stack up against the Narwal? We'll figure that out pretty soon. Let's go ahead and get the unboxing right now. And here we are with the robot vacuum out of the box. Now, looking at the top of the W10, we see the company's logo, Dreame, right here. It is a clickable LiDAR sensor here on the top. That means if the robot vacuum runs under a couch or a table, it will run into the LiDAR sensor. Since it's the highest on the robot, that clickable sensor will tell it to back up and not hurt the LiDAR. Here on the front of the robot vacuum, which is fairly standard, we have 3 buttons. We have a home button, we have a power button, and we have a spot cleaning button. You can push any of those to do various tasks. I often do that to send it back home or to pause it myself. Looking under the lid here, we have a reset button and a Wi-Fi light right here. We also have what looks like a standard size dustbin. I do believe they were able to keep the standard size dustbin maybe a little bit smaller than their standard size. It looks like it's a little bit more narrow than one that comes in their other robot vacuums. The filter is on the back, and to remove it, you just peel it away. I do appreciate Dreame with the mesh screen over the filter there. I really like that they do that. Makes cleaning the filters a whole lot easier in these. Opening it up, just swing it open there. There is, interestingly, a trap door I'm noticing. Let's see if we can get that on camera. Probably not, but right here is a trap door. That's the first time I've seen that on any of the Dreame robot vacuums. That's kind of interesting there. Okay, on the bottom of the W10 here, in the very front and the back, first design I've seen of this, we have a wheel. Now the turning wheel that we always see on the robot vacuums is right here. It's a bit smaller than normal ones. Of course, Dreame had to make room for both the mopping pads and the roller brush at the same time. So sacrifices had to be made. Interesting little small wheel up there. I don't know how that will affect climbing thresholds. We'll put that through a test. There's also a wheel in the very back. Fairly good size wheel. In fact, it looks like about the same size wheel. It does not turn, it's stationary. Looking here on the bottom, we have typical 6 cliff sensors so that this doesn't go tumbling down your stairs. And we also have that dedicated carpet sensor, which is so nice on here. That way when it runs up on carpet, it will back away and not mop your carpets. That's something you do not want. Looking here at the roller brush, looks like to be a fairly standard roller brush from Dreame. And of course we have the roller brush here, and it does have the removable ends, being that this is a premium product. It's always good to see removable ends. I think they should put them on all robot vacuums to be able to clean these brushes. I'd also like to see Dreame experiment a bit with a different design roller brush. I really like the all rubber design on the Roborock S7. iRobot's been using those for quite a while, and I can tell you it does a really good job at cleaning carpets and floors. So I'd like to see Dreame switch their brush up a little bit. All right, switching to the outer edge of the W10. Here on the very back, we have our charging contacts. So that is where it will make contact when it goes in the base. We'll take a look at that in a few minutes. We have our exhaust ports here on the back side, swinging around. On this side, we have our wall detection sensor. That means the robot vacuum will ride along the wall on this side, and this tells it how far it is from the wall. Here on the front, this is likely a sensor to aid it to go back to its dock. And that is an overview of the W10 vacuum. Let's take a look at the base real quick. Well, real quick before we go diving into the base, I almost forgot there's some more assembly required here. So popping on this little side brush, this is definitely a different design side brush than what we're used to seeing with Dreame. It's much smaller than the normal side brush. It is a bristle, not a rubber side brush. Totally different design. Cute little thing there. Just take a look at that. Also the mopping pad attachments. So here on the very back of the robot, I've already put one on. I wanted to show you how these go on. So these mopping pads here, they're about the same material and almost the same size as the Narwal. I do like that these are gray and not white. They won't show stains quite as bad. But to put them on, they are magnetic just like the Narwal. So you just slip them on and they simply just sit there. Very easy to remove and pull back off too. All you do is simply give it a little tug, it comes right off. I really like that. So there it is on the very bottom with roller brush, mopping pads, and the side brush installed. All right, now here we are with the base. And the base is a fairly attractive, kind of almost in the same curvature design as the robot vacuum itself. Here on the top we have a couple of buttons. We have a home button and a start button, and I believe when we get it started up, we'll take a look. There is a little screen here that will tell you the status of the cleaning, charging, and all that of the W10 here. Looking down here inside, you can see here, that is where all the cleaning action happens. Back here in the back, we see some little nubs to agitate the mopping pads, and water is sprayed from an internal tank in here up on the mopping pads. And as the water is spraying, the pads are spinning around and hitting these nubs to help clean, and then the dirty water that drains down goes into a tank here. Now the tanks inside of here are both 4-liter tanks. Here on the right we have our clean water tank, and that just lifts straight out. The clean water tank here, you have an opening to fill it up. You can also open the lid here, and there is a filter in the very bottom, just like with the Narwal. I have not seen any extra filters included in this though. It says there on the top, fresh tank. Now to put it back in, just slide it down and it goes in. There's some instructions here included at the top of the lid. And the dirty water tank is right here. You can tell it's gray, meaning the dirty water tank. Blue for the clean water, gray for the dirty water. Looks like a similar design. You can see a float there on the side of the inside. When that floats up, it will automatically stop the cleaning process until you empty the tank. I'm sure it probably tells you to do that, empty the tank. And so to dump it out, let's see if I can do this one-handed. Should just be able to release the latch like that and open it up to clean it out and dump it out. Now, these are both supposed to be 4-liter tanks, my understanding, which is a pretty good size. Should be able to clean a large house once, or a smaller home multiple times. I have a 1,500 square foot house, similar size tanks in the Narwal, and I'm able to get 3 or 4 cleanings out of like a half of the tank of these. I don't like to keep a solution in there for too long. Now this tray does remove, my understanding. I'm not quite sure how it does it. Looks like there's some clips here on the side, but you can remove this tray in order to clean the tray itself. There are also roller wheels here on the inside. There's 4 of them to help guide the robot vacuum squarely into here. That's really nice. And in the back there, you can see the 2 charging contacts and also the sensor, so the robot knows how to square itself up and go into the home base. Now there is special pricing at launch for this guy. So if you want one, you might want to go ahead and pick up one when it launches a little bit later this month. And I think that price is going to be very competitive. It will put it below the price of the Narwal. And for that, this is a very interesting robot vacuum mop to take a look at. No, this does not have a auto empty dustbin. A lot of people ask me about that Narwal. One day we will have a robot vacuum that has a self-cleaning mop and a auto empty dustbin, just not yet today, at least not that I'm aware of. If you're aware of one out on the market, drop a comment below and let me know what that is. I'd like to take a look at it. I'll be putting this through mini tests in my house and come back with you with my final analysis and results. Until then, make sure you go ahead and subscribe, like this video, and share the content with your friends. Appreciate you taking a look at this, and we'll see you in another video. Take it easy, everyone. Bye-bye.